presidential candidates Ekuru Oukot and Japhet Kaluyu also weighed in on the situation.
We disagree with any proposals that the elections were to be boycotted. To abandon the repeat election would have caused a constitutional crisis, as the situation is not envisaged in our constitution. We strongly believe that the supreme law of the land, and not the wishes of a tiny minority, must guide our elections now and in the future. On violence and electoral offenses, we are disturbed by the actions of some leaders, which constitute incitement to violence and obstruction of IEBC from conducting the election in some constituencies. Intimidating voters is in some parts of the country has been reported, and IEBC has been unable to conduct elections. While the ordinary citizen in the affected areas may have been willing to participate in exercising their democratic rights, fear of violence kept them away. It is common sense that most of the affected counties are politically controlled by some leaders who boycotted the elections. We find this very unfortunate. We are, of course, also appalled at the inaction by Uhuru Kenyatta's government, while non-political players have committed the above electoral offenses and are still hell-bent on fueling violence in Kenya. We urge all Kenyans to desist from any incitement to violence by the disgruntled leaders. The international community must also remain very firm on leaders who have chosen to take unconstitutional avenues that may sink Kenya into violence. The misguided sense of entitlement by a small minority of the political class cannot be allowed to destabilize a country that was once a haven of peace in the Great Lakes region and in the African continent. What's our way forward as a party? While IEBC has declared Uhuru Kenyatta as our president-elect, of course, we first and foremost wish to congratulate him. It is undemocratic not to accept an outcome of an election, even if one may have issues with it. As they say in our national language, Kiswahili, asiyekubali kushindwa sio mshindani. Secondly, we urge the government to secure the lives of all Kenyans and to ensure that ordinary Kenyans are neither killed by the police nor by militia groups, as well as rowdy youths who appear to be under the direction of some political class. When Uhuru Kenyatta is sworn in as president in compliance with the constitutional timeline, we urge him to embark on an exercise of uniting all Kenyans and also work hard to ensure to end social and economic injustice in Kenya. The unity of Kenyans is not negotiable in our view. President Uhuru has that task. It is not transferable elsewhere. He should not shy from it, including reaching out to his political opponents. That is magnanimity in leadership. We specifically urge President Uhuru Kenyatta to fight corruption within government ranks in both national and county government. And while we may have become a distant number two to President Uhuru, I want to assure him that we will play an effective opposition role now that the other opposition leader vacated his bid. We finally remind all ordinary citizens that no political leader is worth dying for, not even myself, Ekuru Oukot. To my fellow Kenyans, we do not have any other country.
Working very hard on this, so I want to be able to say, after the nullification of August 8th elections, I was part of the candidacy then, and a fresh election was ordered by the Supreme Court. At first, we were not included. Only 2 candidates were included. And what happened is that we actually fought back. I was part of the case where Ekuru was preparing the case. We worked together on that. We supported whichever way we could support. Even though we were not on the actual case itself, we were part of the case, trying to make sure that we come back as part of the candidacy. With 2 candidates, we knew, we have worked with them. It was very difficult for them to agree on anything. But for the sake of the country, our inclusion or our presence made it very easy for them to consider there are other people as opposed to just themselves, and they can be able to respect us, and we can move on with the election. Often as politicians, we have made elections to be about ourselves as opposed to the citizens. With the with the starvation coming around the corner because of lack of rains, we have also economy going down. I have been in hotels where the managers and the owners are telling me they are operating at almost 8% capacity, meaning maybe 7 floors, there's only maybe 1 floor. Those people are hurting. Tourists are just were not confident to come and visit us. So even our game reserves were suffering. So I had to make that difficult decision. Particularly, we were given this opportunity the final 2 weeks, which I attended. I just released myself. I campaigned hard. I did not want to start bickering about within the 60 days. We were just given like 2-3 weeks. I did not have time for that, because sometimes the nation is above self. I had to call the best angels of my nature so that I can consider the common mwananchi. So I hit the ground. I went around, did my campaign. And tonight, I am confident, I feel good that I'm one of the moving parts making this election a reality. So I am saying congratulations categorically. Sometimes people just want controversial stories so that they are sweet and fun. I am very straightforward. My story is not always, I'm very factual. So what I'm saying is that we must move forward as a nation. We cannot politic for the last 6, 7, 8 months. And it's just about ourselves, fighting who is right, who is not right. I am here to say that this nation is ready to move forward, and whether it was 100% or whether people voted or did not vote, everybody was given opportunity to vote. And those who decided not to vote, they did not. Only that I regret that some people are, trying to make other people not to go to vote. That is not right. If you decide not to vote, do not ask other people or prevent or intimidate other people not to vote. So tonight, I'm saying that it's a victory. It's not a victory just for President Uhuru Kenyatta. It's a victory for Kenyans so that they can finally move forward. A victory for this nation so that we can finally move forward. So Dr. Japhet Kaluyu and Muthiora Kariala, we really want to thank the nation for giving us the opportunity to be a part of your common conversations in the living rooms and in your communities. So we are saying that we are ready, we are offering ourselves, not just because of jobs or the government jobs, we still are leaders in our communities. And we would like to offer ourselves, you call us, we will be continuing to lead the youth, which is a big part of us. So yeah, congratulations, President Kenyatta. Categorically, we are usually very straightforward. Asiyekunda sitaki kuwasiendwele ile kitu. Asiyekubali kushindwa si mshindani. So that is where we are. Don't misquote me, be nice to me.